Okay, let's begin. Got some replay codes to watch. Today we're gonna watch a good friend of mine's, where is it? Down here. Watch Point Gibraltar, 19 minutes. Should be a close, good game. Let's find out and watch. 6v6 open queue. There's two of them. Or is there three of you? There's the three of you in here. I'm specifically meant to watch you, I'm pretty sure. I might watch the others actually, on different videos. So I'll do this thing that I do every video, which is talking about the team comps. Because I will be clear, if you're at these kind of ranks, team comps are... Oh, what the heck is going on here? Team comps don't matter too much. Didn't notice about this. Okay, I'm getting distracted. But it doesn't matter too much at this rank, because Overwatch is a game that you can kind of play whatever and can do well. So don't particularly worry too much. I will say the best comps to go on this map are dive comps on Gibraltar. They have tried to make it weaker to play dive. As you can see with the rework, they broke the bridge, so holding the high ground isn't as bad anymore. There is a decent amount of reason to play poke, especially on defense, but dive is generally the considered go-to. Your team comp is very odd, I'll say. You can't influence the whole team comp, but Mei as a character, I might as well talk on all three of you, but like Mei specifically is very choice. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, there's definitely things you could do. You could probably close off this almost completely. You could close this off quite a lot. But for the verticality of the map, I mean, you can ice wall yourself up to the high ground. So it's not the worst idea. If I was you, I personally play Venture quite a lot, and I do love playing Venture on this map. But your team comp as a whole is very weird. You've got a Hazard for a dive tank, but then you've got Ramatra as a brawl poke tank. You've got a Life Weaver as a poke support, Echo mainly as a dive DPS, you as a brawl poke DPS, mostly brawl, and Lucio as a brawl character. So you've kind of got this weird mix match, so your team is going to be a bit weird, as opposed to their team, which is actually a lot more consistently poke. Ryan's brawl, but he's probably going to be a bit shield holdy on this. You got Domina, she's poke, Life Weaver poke, Mercy poke because she helps the Ash up here probably, and so on. So there's a lot to go. Alright, so just for hero picks, but you like to play Mei, so that's fine. So for this map on Mei, what I would probably like you to do is probably deny the Rhine quite heavily, because you count him quite a lot. You slow him, you can wall him off from his teammates. It'll make your Ramatra's life a hell of a lot easier to deal with him. Obviously try and poke the Ash on high ground somewhat, but not completely up to you. But that's kind of what I'd expect from this. So you and Lucio are coming out here. I very rarely see people go out this door, but it's fine. So it depends on what you're gonna do. The thing about flanks you have to know is like how long you're gonna take to get around them. So you can either go around here to this corner and poke here and take their attention away, so your front line has an easier time, or you can go all the way up these stairs after walling this place off to try and contest the Ash. Are you confident enough that you can kill the Ash? If yes, go for it. If not, try and just pressure her out if you're trying to. Don't commit too much. But other than that, I'm intrigued, honestly. I'm more intrigued than anything. Oops. I do not know why your Ramatra's here, to be honest. He's the tank, he's the main tank. And the Echo. Why is everyone coming up this door? It's not that big. The Hazard's gonna go on. Okay. The Hazard's gonna go on high ground, and your Ramatra's not even on the front line, so it's gonna be a bit confusing for them. I mean, I guess you don't get shot, but like, all that space is going to be taken. Alright. I don't see the point of going up this door if you're just going to go here. I mean, like, sure, here is like quite open, but at least if you're here, you got the mega here. At least you're close, and you can close the distance a lot more. How exactly do you plan on closing the distance here? To get from here to that corner, you're gonna have to be in the open. Sure, you have the payload, but like, you're not gonna be that protected. Good. The ash is up there. I don't really see the point of this door if you're just gonna do this. Your Lucio, however, is probably gonna do something. Although he's faced this direction. Alright. I have to just wait and see. Fair enough. Yep, get the mini, good job. Alright, so you and Lucio are doing the thing where you're going all the way around. Yeah, pretty decent wall. I'm pretty sure you just broke it though. This is good, you're taking the high ground, I like this. This is good. I really do like this, this is very good. You're just hoping your hazards the line up. Oh, that's good. Don't left click here, you're too far away, just right click. Alright, you can drop now. Yeah. A bit slow on the drop, you were here for quite a bit and you had like nothing to do. You're just standing here. At this point, nothing to do at 1:35. Solid 3 seconds before you decided to jump. And 4 seconds before you could do anything. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I was about to say this, but you dropped just before I was about to say it. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, would have rather seen you move up through here to try and like get to a spot over here. Now you are a DPS, so don't be too confident in that. But I would have rather seen you like up in here. It's like when they start to come out, you go pew, 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 and if they do start to like aggressively chase you, like, you know, you're up here and they're about to chase you, you know, just wall them off. If they're even more aggressive and try to dive you up here, which none of them have the ability to do that, you could cryo, and basically taking this space. Because like this fight is genuinely just a GF good fight. Like this is just basically screwed. The life weavers are about to die in here. Yeah, like the hazard's probably got the life weaver lure in his crosshair. Yeah, I bet if I play here, he just kills him. Yeah, so he's dead. The hazard's popping off. To be honest, I'm jealous. I wish I was this good. But yeah, you're literally 6 of you alive and just the one Rhine. Taking space would be better use of most of your times, but now you currently have 5 people on the payload. I would have rather seen you go up through this door. At the very least, you could have made it to this door so they can't like retreat here, because what's going to happen is, well, they probably won't. Now they're not going to make it, but say in theory that fight wasn't that definitive, like we've got 4 of the enemies dead. Say it was less definitive. What the enemies are going to do is hold this corner, and like you could either hold over here actually even, but like if you held this little room here, they can't come here for the mini, they can't come here for safety. And if they try to run away even more, you can wall them off and kill them. So just try and constantly take space. Tanks aren't the only ones that take space. You can also take space from, which one are you? Oh gosh, I did not mean to take a screenshot. Oh, where's the thing? I can't find it. Anyways, the bloody voice lines are in the way. I can't see. There we go. Yeah, just try and take space. No, this is good. I would rather see you left click there, because it's just a Rhine. You don't need the damage, you need the thing. There you go, this is good. You're taking the space correctly. This is a good room to hold. Wall them off. I don't see why you gotta cry, to be honest. Yeah, that was probably a miscry. Thankfully they made the point. To be honest, from that schism, what I was hoping... So I would have walled literally... Okay, I messed up the camera. Where are you? I'd like to have seen you wall right now. The Orisa is almost certainly going to get through, that's fine. Just wall here instantly. So you instantly get it blocked off. Especially wall now. You see the Bastion right there in front of you. You are going to get blasted. You're the main guy in the choke. Yeah, Lucio's here, but he's behind cover. Who is the Bastion going to shoot at? You. His crosshairs all over the place. But let's see. Just 1 minute, boom, it starts turning for you. I'd like to have seen you wall that instantly. But you take damage. So what you could have done, actually, was jump into it and cry it. So you could heal and stall them for 5 seconds. So because of the fact you took damage, I would have rather. The reason you don't do cryo first usually is if you wall, it can break, so it can be a certain amount of time. So it might break, but then you activate cryo, and then during your cryo's cooldown, it could result in the wall going off of cooldown. If you cryo first, the wall's going to break too fast, and your cryo's definitely not going to. The cryo has to last 5 seconds, the wall can't. So at least you can stall for as much time as possible by walling, then crying. But in this situation, because you've taken damage, and they're about to push through, your wall's about to break. The Bastion's in turret form, the Bastion's just going to break the wall. So it'd be better to just go and cry here. Yeah. But I'm happy at least you walled. Yeah, I don't see why you got out, to be honest. The getting out of the thingy is a bit flies everywhere. So annoying. You just get out of it like instantly. I'm assuming you panicked, so you pressed the button too fast. No, you were there for a solid 2 seconds, but you just get out of it. Like, I see that you think, oh, well, there's 2 of us and there's only 1 of him, so surely we can kill him. But, like, look how low your Lucio is. Can you see? Oh, you blow up. You can see your Lucio. Critical, gets stunned, and dies to a shot. Even if you and Lucio were max health, I don't particularly see the reason getting out here. The Orisa's full health. And the moment that they break that wall and go around, and they're just going to blast you. So let's say the best case scenario, you and the Lucio kill the Orisa. Best case scenario. They're just going to turn around the corner and kill you. So, to be fair, you're kind of in a fucked up spot anyways, because you backed up this way instead of to the point. So that's kind of a problem there. But I don't see the point of cancelling Cryo this early. You didn't get to max health. Your wall's still up, so you couldn't even reduce the cooldown. And you're just fighting a full HP Orisa. And the Bastion came in and killed you anyways. But you won. So you won the fight, so that's fine. Alright, I feel like you just got the GOAT hazard on your team. Alright, please take the high ground, please take the high ground, please take the high ground. This is okay, but I'd much rather you taking the high ground because you're so much easier to kill. So, one experiment in Overwatch I want you to think about is, how hard am I to kill? When you're positioned somewhere, think to yourself, how hard am I to kill? Who can access you when you're on the ground? All of them. They can all access you. How many of them can access if you go up here? To be fair, they're Winston now. They weren't Winston before, they were Ryan. I don't know if you knew that at the time. I don't remember knowing that. I actually can't remember what their tank was doing. To be honest, they've completely swapped their tanks, but if you were up here, they're just counter swapping. If you were up here, the Winston could come for you. Absolutely. Just wall them off here. Boom. Wall them off here. Just back up. The Life Weaver can pedal up to, sure, but you're probably gonna win. The Ash can coach. But you know what that does? It wastes cooldowns. So even if they do come up to you, the Ash would come up to you, and so on. They would have to waste the Winston Leap, the pedal, the coach gun. They have to waste a lot of cooldowns to get to you. As opposed to down here, there's like no real cooldowns they have to use. You're just easy for the picking. So I'd rather see you go to the high ground. Hopefully you go to the high ground this fight. Please go to the high ground this time. There you go, this is good. But to be fair, I think you're doing this more of a reaction than actually planning to go this way. Yeah, the wall isn't particularly useful, but I understand why you did it. I don't mind it. You almost got cryo, so what are you gonna do? Just beware of the Orissa's javelin spin. I don't think she's gonna do it, but you could wait in theory just to see. But look, Life Weaver's used grips. Yeah, it seemed to have worked out. The Orissa just went the literal worst path ever. I mean, I guess technically it is direct, but... Got that perk. I don't have any disagreement with that. I really don't know most perks. The other one doesn't seem that good, to be honest. This is good. You're poking. Alright. Yep. Good cryo. Right. You kind of just got wrecked by the Bastion. I think that's fine. That's not really on you. The Ash just got a good play there. In theory, I would have liked to see you wall off the Bastion, but that's okay. Right, high ground. I don't know. The thing about Gibraltar is it's a very, very high ground heavy map. Not as much anymore because this ship has this rubble on it. But I don't understand why you're not up here. A lot of players like to play for this space here. Oh, it's also your Life Weaver's probably about to die. But anyways, you should be playing the high ground. I don't see the point of playing low ground. Your tanks are going to play low ground. There's no need for you. Maybe the Hazard's not, but your Ram's definitely going to play low ground. It would be a bit better if you were up here, because once again you could close off this area, access point, and you can get the high ground and poke them. I don't see the point of going low ground. I mean, you're not a brawl comp. I mean, you can play brawl pretty well with these four, but like, these two aren't not going to help you, and to be, well, they don't have more brawl, but the Orissa's just difficult to kill. You can try it if you want, but you're going in currently by yourself. Like, you're ahead of your tank right now, and your other tank's up here, so hope you don't just walk in. Hope you do check behind you. You're lucky the Winston was distracted by the Hazard. Like, you're just ignoring him. That was kind of a waste. You gotta be very careful now that you don't have cryo. Where are you going? Where are you going? What's the point of this fight? That was definitely a waste. Why do you get out of cryo early? What is this obsession with getting out of cryo early? Like, I learned this recently on Venture to not get out of burrow so early as well, but like, I don't see why you're doing it. Okay, let's just go from here. Right now, you're in a brawl right now. To be honest, you could have... Wait, where the heck is this Mercy? Okay. What the heck is this? This Mercy is not even close. Yeah, it's not too far away. I just thought it would be a bit closer. So right now we're having a bit of a schism. A schism. So, in my opinion, you have two options. You either A, jump on this to jump on this, so you can poke them from here. Quickly run up to the high ground. If they start shooting you a lot, wall them off so you can get to the high ground. Bash from here, whether or not, doesn't matter. And get to the high ground. So when your team pushes this team back, you're here, and even if they don't, boom, high ground, shoot, shoot, shoot from up here. Or you can simply fight. Right now they're all behind cover, so I wouldn't get out of cover right now. You're a bit in the open. Probably should have waited for your team even to make the flank. But my question is, why make the flank? It's not like their supports are particularly behind cover. Flanks are great, especially if you have mobility, but I don't see the point of this. Like, let's look at it from this camera perspective. Which way shows you the player options? No, that's bookmarks. That's the thingy that shows the what was it? Fine graded playback speed controls, thing sound effects. Where the heck is the thing that shows like the circles? It doesn't matter. Your team's engaging in a fight. Look how long you do absolutely nothing in this fight. And look, they all backed up. You could have had this nice high ground. The hazard dies. Let's go back to your POV. So, I don't know if this is my fault because I tell you how like DPS can fight tanks so much more in 6v6. They can, but I don't think you picked favourable fights. Yeah, that was definitely a waste. What I would have liked you to do is run away. Winston will beat you because you are doing the left click, the constant damage. You're not doing the skill shot. So Winston will always win that because his is easier to hit than yours. So mechanically you're going to get beaten. What I would rather instead of again using both cooldowns immediately, because what does the wall do? It just prevents him from escaping. I mean, best case scenario, you could have made him scared and just walk off, but you block him off. What I would like to have you see. Oh my gosh! What I would have liked to see from you was you running out this door, walling him off, and if he manages to make it, run as far up as you can, and then cry, because then you know you got your ram here. He's definitely gonna die, but at least you're around here, so he could help you kill the Winston. But down here, you're all isolated because again, you're in this position for practically no reason. If anything, the hazard was probably more because you weren't in the fight. The reason the hazard probably died was because you weren't in the fight. So yeah. And also, your wall could have saved your marker. You're probably about to die. I'm actually very surprised he hasn't died, to be honest. Yeah. I'm not being too hard. Well, I probably am being ridiculous hard with you. That's a waste again. Imagine if you had your ability here, you could get up to those stairs. Again, why do you insist on being on the f***ing low ground? I don't get it anymore. Like, now I'm getting annoyed. Why do you just insist on being down here? The thing about DPS is getting an off angle. You're supposed to try and you're supposed to pressure the enemy from a different angle. This bitch here, this fucking bitch here, she is so tanky. You guys are not winning the frontline trade. You're not. Hazard is not very good in the frontline trade. Remarker is okay in the frontline trade, but not as good as Orisa. So Winston's pretty bad, but he at least has a bubble that's a bit more constant. You are not going to win the frontline trade. So in this kind of game, you as Mei can help, but you're not helping the frontline trade. You do this weird thing where you're flanking and stuff, but you're not committing a good off angle, like a high ground. Your Echo's doing it quite often, sometimes even your Hazard, but you're not for some reason. The thing about high ground is that you can drop down to help with the front line if you want. You can't get up to the high ground as easily. You have to use a cooldown. So See how the ash goes up to look at the echo? That's pressure off of your front line because of the echo. Imagine if you were up there as well. Alright, I'm gonna see what your wall's about. I'm not gonna be too critical of your walls because to be honest I don't play Mei. I could use my hazard knowledge, but I think it's a tad different. So it's not completely fair. Yeah, real quick pointer. Would have rather seen you put the wall about here. Now you do have the risk of walling him off, but if I'm being completely honest, this Ramatra will die if he does not get behind your wall. If he stayed here to any amount of time, he's gonna die. And he backed up, so you could have walled here. I know you're in a trio with this guy, so you definitely could have told him back up, and then walled here. Because what does this wall do? The Orisa, the imminent threat, is still there. Still gonna shoot this guy in his big old head. And the Winston could literally fit through here. I'm pretty sure he literally does. He goes through. Yeah, he just goes through bubbles anyways. Like, I'm not being picky on like the mechanics of the wall, because let me be clear, you could have like put it diagonally and which would have blocked it off, or at the very least would have made it a harder way around. That's a mechanic of the wall. That's the micro of the wall, which I'm not being critical on you. What I'm talking about is the macro of it, which would have been a better place to put it, which would have been here. Now, if you intended to put it there, then that's mechanics again, and you can take time to do that. But this isn't. Also, the cryo, were you that low? I mean, it's better to at least do it before you die, but I think you do have a tendency to also cryo too early. You did intend to go there too. Yeah, you're like half your health, you don't need to. Then your Ramatra dies. I think you kind of blocked him, but I'm not going to be harsh on that. Okay, yeah, you're kind of fucked. Wall. Okay. That's a bit of a panic. That's a bit of a panic moment. Alright. So, first thing first, what I'd like to say is, your tank's dead. You've lost here in the front line trade. Probably the most important thing to do right now is back up. Your Ramatra's dead, 2 of your teammates are in spawn, your Echo's up here, practically doing goal, and your Hazard's half HP. There's no perfect way to do this. I personally have the setting, I don't remember what the setting's called, but the setting basically shows that your teammates are crit even if you're not on support. I think it's an amazing setting to have because it at least lets you know what your teammates' healths are. That would let you know where it is. After the Ramatra dies, I'd like you to look around to see where your teammates are and what they look like in health. If you have the setting on, I'm assuming you don't. I'll help you put that setting on, but I can't remember what it is right now, so we'll talk about it privately. But for this, it's something a bit questionable. So you should realistically be backing up, not going for a flank. Here is fine. The Winston's leaped, you're fine. I don't see the point of that. That literally has no purpose. You can't even make it to the high ground, and you definitely weren't trying to because you're under the fucking platform. Now, I think this is just unfortunate timing. I'm pretty yeah, the Bastion's literally just getting into configuration mode. I think you're just unlucky. I don't even think he heard you. I think he just got lucky. Like, he didn't even do that on purpose. He just so happened to arrive. Yeah, he just does it. I don't think he even heard you. Or he's hacking. Or he's hacking. He could be doing either one, to be honest. But, yeah, you fumble quite badly here. You back up, wall. Instantly wall. I literally said, didn't I? Wall. And you don't. Or at the very least back up into this corner. What do? You walk into the wall. That's a mechanic thing, but you're not even looking. And now you're basically fucked. So you basically have two options. You either A, try to stay alive and wall best you can, or B, you could try and wall him off so he dies. It's basically what you want to do you believe you're valuable enough on the team to stay alive and be worth it or not? If I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now, I would honestly say no. This Bastion has killed you quite a few times, has killed your tanks a few times. I think getting rid of him is more valuable than keeping you alive. So at this point you might actually want to wall him off. But you don't wall at all. Now that's a reaction thing. But you had a decent amount of time. So just here for cooldowns. Basically when you're thinking, oh I wish I had this cooldown right now, check if you have your cooldown. Alright, yes, high ground, very good. I don't know why you took the path you did, but at least you got the high ground. The Bastion's there. A waste of a cooldown. Again, cried way too early. If you felt like you were getting pressured, just wall him. Cry is so much more powerful than wall. Alright, you're going to lose. Do not try and engage on him. Alright, your Echo's an idiot. Alright. I'm not going to blame you on that. I think that's your Echo's fault. The Echo gave you positive reinforcement. Maybe not positive reinforcement, but this idea that, oh yes, you can peek and shoot the Bastion. That's a terrible idea. Best case scenario, you could have walled him to at least get closer, but that's not necessary. That's not remotely necessary right now, so that was your Echo's fault. Are you going to cry? Yep, fair enough. It's definitely a choice. I don't mind if you cry or don't. You could argue it's a waste of a cooldown to an extent, also that's definitely a waste. Stop jumping. Yeah, the Bastion's right there. You got unlucky. Do not. What are you doing? Alright. It worked out. Okay, you're fucked. Alright. Wall. Get ready to wall. Okay. You are being booped, so that's fine, but I wish I could see your directional key inputs. Because I feel like you go towards it. Yeah, you definitely press W there instead of pressing like D to go into that little room. But to be fair, you're f***ed anyways. Do I talk about the death, almost death of the Bastion? Nah, you just didn't see him. Situational awareness. Alright, stop wasting the cooldown. Alright, you can just wait here, because if your teammate's not gonna make it, then you could just press F. It's actually not that big of a deal. Stop wasting the cooldown. If you have this perk, be careful when you're pressing spacebar or your jump. There you go. At least that's somewhat useful. By the way, I don't even think it gives you any horizontal mobility. Wall them off. They're busy. Wall. That was like the slowest wall ever, and it did absolutely nothing. Ooh, you got wrecked. You're fucked. Wall. You are very slow on these walls, if I'm being honest. Why are you poking? Wait for you to get a bit more health. Why have you cried? I don't like this pathing. This fight's absolute chaos, by the way. I don't like this pathing that you just do here after the assault or during the assault. All you're doing is going into thing. Yes, there's a door here, but at least your team and your spawn room's this way. It's a lot longer to go all the way around these boxes to the spawn room than it is to just go backwards. So I don't like how you went backwards. I want to watch it from this perspective. The positioning's fine here, I guess. Let's watch you again. You're F7. Yep, right, that's good. Make sure to wall this off. That was unfortunate. Actually, you don't need to wall off because you just boot you back. I would like you to flank now, like far left. I don't know why you meleeed that. You just ruined your right click. That's a fair use of it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yes, headshot the Orisa. Yes, good job. Now watch out for the Mercy. The Mercy's probably going to try and res. And maybe not, she's backing off. Right, you're okay to sit on the point. Do not sit here because you're max health. You're literally over health. Shoot them. Right click. Right click. Like, why are you left clicking? They're so far away. Yes, right click. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, good. That's what Mate's great at. Just spamming around in place and getting lucky headshots. Alright, please make sure you're the one on point. The tanks are going to want to push up. The supports are going to stay back. You're a DPS. Sit on the point. That was... okay. Okay, that was... alright, we have to talk about this just before because you might very well die. Also, nice kill. But what is the point of this? This cryo? You are max HP and behind the payload. Like, this is why I want you to be... this is why I want to be clear about, like, you using cryo. I do not need this angle. Because what you've done, basically this whole game, is consistently, you have been overly using your cryo too early. And I prefer you doing it early as opposed to late, I guess, because it is a bit annoying if, like, you just wait, oh, wait till I'm like 50 HP, you're 50, boom, you're dead because you're super low. But you do it so early, you're not using it reactively. It's not a productive ability, it's a reactive one, so you should be doing it when you're getting shot a lot. You're not even getting shot a lot, your echo's going Winston, all of them are turned to you. I don't even know if any of them are shooting at you. Let's look, let's see how many of the enemy has you in their crosshair. He's getting revived, apparently. He's not. Alright, cool. Reliable. Winston's focused on Winston. Mercy's fucking looking at nothing. The Ash is looking at the Winston. The Lifeweaver's gripping the Orisa. And what's the Orisa looking at? The Winston. Nobody's looking at you. Now, you don't need to have those other perspectives to tell that. You can just look. Yeah, the Winston's there, they're all turning. That was a waste of a cry. So now you're going to be in this fight without your big cooldown. And now you're off the point. Yeah, that's a team problem, but you definitely should have been the one on the point. I'm being completely honest. I'm being 100% honest with you. You should have been the one on the point. You see here, your Echo Winston, your Ramatra, your Hazard, they're all pushing up. And I understand you wanted to protect your Lifeweaver, but like, you are the one who should stay on point. Now, I don't know what your Lucio does, to be honest. He really should have stayed on point. How do you guys all miss? Because you all leave. Everyone's focused on doing something. The fucking Lifeweaver's dead and your Lucio's going for him. And your Ramatra's going for the fucking Winston that you already... Okay, to be fair, these two are a bit more at fault because they were like the last ones on the point. And I don't even know if they react. Nope, they don't. At all. The Hazard reacts, but you don't. But to be honest with you, you should have stayed on point. Yes, it's sad if your Lifeweaver dies, but he's not close to ult, so it's not necessary. Think about the worst case scenario. Think like, if I'm the only one on point, and I can't guarantee that someone else is going to go on point, is there worth me stepping off? Also, I feel like you still could have shot the Winston from the payload. Like, you didn't need to leave. And also, this is actually so sad, because this was actually a C9, by the way. Yeah, you could have left, you should have right-clicked them. This is actually really sad, because this is actually a C9. You say C9 quite often when it's inaccurate. The definition of a C9 is when, like, it's a very extreme example when C9s happen, but it's like, literally where the team was going to win based on kills, but they just step off the point. Now, you weren't guaranteed to win this game, but look at the top left. The Orisa's dead, the Lifeweaver's absolutely dead, the Ash is absolutely dead, the Mercy's dead. It's just the two, it's just Winston and Bastion. You have Hazard, Echo, Ramatra, you as Mei, and the Lucio. It's 5 and 2, and it was literally 6 just a second ago. Like, you have won this fight. You have no ults, to be fair, but neither do they. Well, I guarantee you were probably going to win this, genuinely. If you guys didn't step off the point, you could have absolutely won this game. And it's very difficult to say, like, oh, well, what could I have done differently? I just wanted to save my life weaver. That's fine. But do you think you have enough damage to do that? Especially with just your left click. Let me be clear, the left click is more utility. It's more to slow them down. Back in the day, you used to freeze them completely without the major perk. So it was more of a utility weapon. It can do damage, absolutely. But the right click is the one that damages. Specifically. So if you're trying to, like, kill the Winston, you should, like, right click, right click, right click, right click. Like, what perk does he have? He doesn't have the fast perk. I don't know why he doesn't, but, like, your team is doing a lot better, though, in terms of kills and damage. But, I don't know. I will say, I know all three of you who should have been on the point and you all walked off of it. I'm a bit disappointed. That's fine, everyone makes mistakes. But I want to tell you specifically as the Mei, it is your job to sit on the point. You are the DPS. It's boring, absolutely. But it is something you need to do, especially in overtime. Always think, my teammates are stupid and sit on the point. Also, you've got the cryo thing, you know, like the zone. So you should sit on it because, like, you get to just sit on it as cryo, and boom, you do damage. Boom, and you can zone them off, and if they touch point, then they slow down. I will say, it's not only on you. I'm not saying it's only on you, but I'm saying for you, it's very obvious that you should have stayed on point. To me, at least, it's quite obvious that you should have stuck on the point. If I'm being honest, not in the sense that's like, oh, you're an absolute idiot, you threw this game, just like to the extent it's like it's always a team problem, but like you as the DPS specifically are the one people should be relying on to sit on the point. Right, you're still going Mei, that's fair. You're all going the same comp, that's fair. This way leads to nowhere. Because you're spraying.
I'm glad your memory is intact. Let's get on with this.
I don't think you can make that. Nope, you can't. Just so you know, I'm not 100% sure on how to do this.
Unique.
Like at the voice line. Just so you know, I haven't been able to execute it, but you can actually get up here on these rocks. I don't know if they patched it out, but there was a Neandra video talking about that. So you can go up this. Also, I don't know why you're down here. You should be through this door, but I'm assuming you intended to go up onto the high ground. So where are you gonna go? Up these stairs? Good. That's good.
Hanging there.
Pedal, fair enough. This is actually a good place. Are you gonna poke the door? Yep. Pretty good. Now you see how they're going dive? Your job could be a lot more to prevent the them from diving your support. So you're good at slowing them down. Super good. Yep, there you go, you're fine. I was about to say don't shoot the tank so much, but you did swap to the Zan. The left click has like no range. Stop trying to left click them. That's good. Sorry. You can hear that. I don't think there's much for me to see here, so I'll be back in a moment. What the heck is going on? Why are you frontlining? Okay. I've kind of seen that fight. It was mostly just cluster. But I'm confused why you're frontlining. You fired Walden, that was interesting. Kind of useless if you ask me. Your March is dead. So you gotta get like a pick now before it becomes too late. Nice headshot. Right, now you're being pushed. I'd back up. Off this guy, back up. Why are you charging the people? Back up. 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 Wall. Back up. Alright. You are so lucky that you have some bloody goated supports, because what the f... Let's look at this from a good camera angle. Let's look at this from this free cam, shall we? Your echo's also dead, but that's not here nor there. Can you look at this? There's 4 of them. There's 5 of them here. You can't see the Bastion, that's fine. But the Winston's up here. Why are you frontline against the Diva? I've definitely misled you. I've definitely made you believe that, oh yes, I'm a DPS, I can just 1v1 a tank in the front line. No. What that means is a DPS can 1v1 a tank if they play properly. If you hit your cooldowns correctly. If you hit your shots more so. The reason DPS players usually beat tanks is because their mechanics are a lot better. No offense against you, but your mechanics are not that much better. And Mei as a character isn't particularly mechanically expressive. So she isn't that. I do like the idea that you're shooting her because, oh, I counter her. I don't know why this wall's this way. Probably because it broke the payload. But yeah, you should back up. Your remark was dead. Your hazard's fucking nowhere to be seen. The Winston's about to kill him. You should have backed up a while ago. You're definitely going to lose this fight, by the way. I can guarantee you've lost this fight. The Winston's probably going to kill your hazard, or at the very least put him low enough that he's going to die. I guarantee you've lost this fight in like, I bet in the next 15 seconds. Technically already lost the fight, but just an ult. Yeah, that's a good ult. You had a great ult, but you didn't really utilize it. You were too busy with the Diva. Right, wall it off. Wall it off. Good, you saved the Lucio. That's great. Great wall. You know, I'll give you a clap. That was a good wall. Right, why are you out this far? Just a quick little nitpick, but it's important. You do not need to go out this far. Look where you are. You're a decent bit away from cover. Why? What's the point? What angle do you get here that you don't get for just being here? Always just like hug the corner. Boom. Boom. You don't need to be out this far. Maybe the Lucio speed messed you up, fair enough, but if it wasn't, that's a useless wall. Stop walling preemptively, wall defensively. None of Mei's cooldowns are productive. It's why people hate this character.
Into the iris.
Zen is invincible. That's definitely on you, to be honest. I don't know why you just charged at the Zen. I should have said something. But yeah, you just charge at the Zen for no particular reason. You're just charging. Like, I don't know why you're trying to frontline, but the hazard ults, it hits absolutely nothing but the Zen. Why are you charging towards it? Why are you going up this far? Yeah, boot, yes, but you were also like gravitating towards that way anyway. You just didn't make it. That's unfortunate. But why are you going out in the middle of the point? Good wall. You'll actually probably get ulted, so why not? Wait, when did he ult? Yeah, it doesn't matter. But again, useless cryo. We need to talk about these cryos. What is the point? You are max HP, I'm pretty sure. Before you cryo, you are max HP. Why can I not get beforehand? Am I just that bad at this? You are literally max health. I think you took like 1 damage. I'm not even joking. I swear you literally took 1 damage beforehand. Let's play this at the slowest possible speed. Okay, you did take some damage, but then you gained over health from the Life Weaver. This isn't the moment I'm talking about. Okay, you took 4 and then you healed, and you're now max. And then you cry. You took 4 damage in total and you cry. Now the only thing I can think of is that you get scared. You like a deer in headlights. You see a ton of people, you think, oh I'm gonna take 1,000,000 damage. You got your Lucio there. You got your Ram there. You got your Life Weaver there. There's so many of them just there. They are taking damage for you. You are not a problem. And you know the problem with this? The problem with this is that now you're just going to put more pressure on them. So now you're just going to make your teammates die even faster. And you're not gaining any value. Should you stay in cryo? I would say no. You could try and get the catch on them, but to be honest, you crying was just a bad idea. Just fundamentally. Also coming out here was a bad idea. Staying in that room would have allowed you to control a lot better because you have a freeze. You would slow them down, making your Lamarch's punches easy to hit, your Life Weaver shots because he's actually shooting, which is nice to see from Life Weavers. We love our damaging Life Weavers. Let's hope the rework doesn't make it shit to damage. But yeah, you are... I don't see the point of the cry. No point. You are very wasteful with your cries. The thing about these cooldowns, the wall and the cry, defensive. Purely defensive, reactive ults. You can use your wall to cut them off, but I haven't seen you do that once. And at the very least, if that's what you're trying to do, you have to use it mechanically. But most of the time, you know what I've always said are your good walls? The ones that are defensive. Because that's where you should be using these as cooldowns. It's why Mei's such a pain in the ass, because she can just block off everything. She walls, then you break or get past the wall, then she cryos, and then she walls again. It's so annoying. But it's what you're supposed to do. And you need to hit your right clicks. No offense, I'm not saying your right clicks are terrible. It's just if you're going to 1v1 people, you need to right click more, not just left clicking. Left clicking is if you're in a brawl, like with a Ryan or your Ram, but you're using it in solo fights, so there's no point. Let's speed it up. Yeah, you take a bunch of damage. Alright, back up. I don't know why you're going back in the fight. You've now used all your cooldowns. You got a kill. Two. I don't know why you're just jumping. The Winston's right there. The Winston was there and you were just jumping. If I'm gonna be honest, that was pure luck from your team. I really do not think you should have won that fight. That was very lucky. Nothing particular you did, to be honest. You wasted a cooldown. If not 2. Stop walling preemptively. Doesn't matter. You also, I swear you break it like instantly every time. Also, you died, which I'm surprised. But like, I swear you keep breaking your walls. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I swear you keep breaking them. Yeah, you break the wall. Why did you break it? You just wasted your cooldown for no reason. You walled and then just delete it. Taking damage. You're taking progressively slow damage. I think you got shot by the cast, which is why you've suddenly lost a significant amount of your health. Yeah, he got a very lucky headshot, to be honest. That's not really on you. There. He just got like the luckiest headshot he's ever hit. I don't even know if he was Tra, to be honest. Like, he literally shoots you through the Winston. Could show that he's a cheater, but I don't think he is. The fact that I hit you is actually very surprising. But I'm pretty sure you could have hit the cryo in time. I feel like you could have definitely hit it. You know, you're progressively taking damage. At that point it might be a bit too late. I think you could have made it though. I would have reacted instantly to do it, but I don't know. I think you could have cried that. But the problem with that was I wasted wall and not reactive. For some reason this time you didn't cryo. You're taking a lot of damage progressively. Yes, this is good. High ground. I don't know. That was a waste again. Yes, shoot. Alright. Get ready to touch. Touch. Good. Okay, your life weaver just fucked. Oh my gosh, your life weaver just fucked you so hard. Alright, cry, cry. You did it just in time. Your Lucio Ajax as well. Alright. Yeah, your life weaver fucked you. Although to be fair though, I'm confused about the ult.
What up?
I mean, I'm assuming you were trying to ult here, but your ult wasn't even available.
冻住，不洗澡。
Aw, you mechanicked that up. You actually could have thrown it if you just waited a second. I actually am going to learn this tip because I've never really had this happen to me, because most of my ults are just kind of like long ranged ones, so it doesn't really matter. But just for a tip then for everyone, don't spam your button. Just wait like one moment after. Like after you life grip, just think for a moment, where am I? And then look around and then do it, because this is, you waste your ult. No, that's not your fault, to be fair. The life weaver fucked you up here. I really don't think the was the life weaver even trying to grip you? I'm not being overly blind of life weavers making mistakes. I just don't think there was a reason to grip you. Yeah, you were kind of low. Oh no, I bet he was trying to grip the hazard. The hazard was the one he was trying to grip. You can tell because he jumps to try and grip him, and for like a split second it shows the hazard as grippable over the wall. The wall fucked it. Even like he jumps. Yeah, I bet he was trying to go for the hazard, not you. So that was accidental.
冻住，不洗澡。
Yeah.
Adaptive
I guess
circuits
you
engaged.
kind of messed up there. Don't know why you're looking at it, to be honest though. This is a comp match.
冻住，不洗澡。
I'd have tried a bit earlier, but it's fine. Yes, good wall, good wall. Try and back up, back up, back up. Why are you going in the fight? Why are you here? Why the heck are you here? Why are you here? You're fucked. Why are you here? Genuinely. This is a good sequence of events to point out, because what the f was the thought process? You just go into the middle of their team. Like, all you know is like just the Archer and the Life Weaver left. What the f is the point of being here? Were you pressured by the Winston? I don't think you got shot by the Winston. I didn't even notice he leaked. But how is this gonna work out? Yep. Better pathing. Better escape plan. It would have been better to go through this door with your Amatra, because now he's gonna get by these two. Or maybe coming up here, or going through this door. To be fair, you're kind of in no man's land, to be fair here, because this isn't really connected to anything. But at least you could have survived up here. You're definitely dead there. 1,000,000% you're dead. So yeah, that was just bad pathing. You should not be going into the middle of their team. Maybe you thought the point wasn't captured, but I don't know. Alright, get off your phone! Stop typing! Stop doing that. You need to work on like not hitting the A button multiple times. Right. A bit early in the crowd, I'd rather seen you wall. Yeah, it would have been better if you walled and then cryoed. If I'm being honest. Not completely your fault, but like, I would have rather you walled, because then you would have blocked the Winston from getting onto the high ground. At least potentially. Alright. Now you had that jump cooldown. Alright, gonna take the high ground? Yeah, I can't make that, that's fine. Don't know where you're going. I don't know why you got kill crit, you hit one shot. It's okay to be up here, but it's a bit early because the payload hasn't even crossed the corner yet. Oh, you got 4 kills. Seems good. Right, this is definitely a winnable game. This is definitely winnable. This is absolutely winnable. Just hold it for 2.5 minutes. I don't want you being up here, to be honest. I get the idea. I truly do. Like high ground and stuff. I like this. I really do. But it's just too early. Most of them are going to be here. That's out of your LOS. And this is like a very small part where it is in your LOS. Where is your LOS? Anyways. I would rather, honestly, this time, for you to be with your Amatra. Okay. So it's just not a good position, but like sticking with your team gives you better brawl potential here, and you're not providing almost any poke. Heck, I would have rather just seen you up here at least, because then the point's there and you're pressuring from there, or in this corner, or with your Amatra and losing it. Literally anywhere else, honestly, genuinely, it's honestly that. It's literally anywhere else. You're not gaining much value from being up there. I would honestly, I'd prefer you being over here and poking here. Now, you don't have mobility, so you couldn't even make this, and even if you could, you'd probably die. That's me thinking in a venture mindset, but even as Mei, I would rather you play over here than up there, because at least you're providing a genuine off angle that is like actually threatening. This you're doing basically bugger all. Yeah, look at that thing. How many people go for that? Hit 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. Alright, they're all just idiots walking in the same spot. Also, don't stand still, and you're the easiest thing in the world to hit. You know how much value had that fight? You're gonna say, well, I did damage. I'm gonna tell you straight up, you had no impact on that fight at all. Almost 0 impact. I don't know how much Cryo's gun does, but I think it's, if I had to guess, I think it's 100, which is decent, but like, you see how your Amatra just gets actually fucked. I think your Amatra would have really appreciated on Mei in this situation, if I'm being honest. Health bar. Suffer as I have. Granted, your hazard wasn't in the fight, but like, they're also both to life. We just put the tree at the same exact time. But imagine the Mei was here to wall them off here, shoot them here, hold this corner while your Amatra goes. Okay, your Amatra goes that way. That's fair. Boom, dies instantly. Oh, life protects life. Life protects life. Alright, is this D.Va bomb gonna get kills? How the f did? Brother, your Lucio is so bad at dealing with those ults. Genuinely. So bad. You're still alive, and you know what's gonna happen? You're just gonna die instantly. So you're now staggering. Good wall, actually. Why do you cancel? Why did you cancel wall? Why? What is the point? You just instantly cancel it. Unless if I missed a patch note. Also, that was risky as hell. That was really risky. Okay, first of all, the wall. Don't just instantly cancel it. If you're like, oh, well, I want to do damage, go down the stairs. You do not have to. Best case scenario, the D.Va leaves you, and you just wait a second longer and then go out. Maybe not best case scenario. Okay, one situation, the D.Va stays up there, the wall's there the whole time, so she gains absolutely 0 value. Other case scenario, she drops, but the wall's there, you don't die, but you use a wall. At least you saved yourself, at least that. You break it, the D.Va's still there, and the D.Va just kills you. So you just wasted a cooldown. Because like, even if you don't die, now you don't have wall, and you've been forced out of your position. You get to keep your position. The D.Va's not going to stay there forever. Also, when it comes to the ult's very risky. I'm just telling you. First of all, the Matrix is right there. This D.Va must have like just cancelled it. Yeah, she literally just cancelled it. If she had kept that for like literally, I'm not even joking, I genuinely believe if it was kept for like 10 nanoseconds more, it would have ate it. So then she just gives up.
Forward barrier activated.
She literally hears the voice line, but for some reason cancels. Yeah, if she had held that for a bit longer.
Forward barrier activated. Come on. 冻住，不许走。
Yeah, she would have gotten that if she just held it for like literally the smallest amount of time. Now, the freeze itself, I mean, your teammates are showing up. I would have liked you to check. Your Echo's still not here, but like most of your team's here, so at least it's okay. But I would much rather if you just waited a bit, because your team had like just lost the team fight. So I'd have rather if you just backed up and waited for your ult. But I like the idea, so let's see how well it pays off. Also, stop being slow motion. Alright, so your Torbjorn's frozen, the cat is all the way back. So you've now basically cut off both their DPS from the team. It's still a minute, but I like the idea. So let's see if you execute it well. From what I've seen, I honestly don't think so. You just hold cryo, basically fuck all. Good wall. You've kind of walled them off though, so I'll break it. That wasn't also his fault though. Good reload. Why are you here? Remember what I said earlier, play the corners. There's no point going up this wide. See how much damage you take? You're just also again still no cryo required. Like I'm happy again at the very least you use it, but like you do not need to go out this far and you do not need to use cryo. This was pointless. That's just to look flashy, that's not practical in any way. I'm gonna watch this fight again. Look how much damage it did. Now that would have been a good time to cry, but you didn't have it, so. Your hazard ult definitely died because you took damage. Again, why are you left clicking? They're so far away. Alright, this is actually a good time to get this high ground. I'd have rather the fight ended, but the fight's probably not going to end anytime soon. This is good. Alright. Alright, maybe... Oh, good headshot. Yes, good wall. Oh no, he got through, that's unfortunate. Alright, now back up. No, you're gonna lose. You will lose this fight. It's not too big of a deal, but I'd rather have seen you back up. If I'm being honest, I would have rather seen you back up. I don't know why you try and fight him. I have definitely lied to you. You can absolutely win, but you left click for some reason instead. You need to right click. If you're going to fight them, you need to right click for the damage.
30 seconds remaining.
This might be GG's. That's okay actually, there's no real use for on the point, but I would rather you not used it. Oh, you actually didn't lose. High ground's not the most important because you could honestly just have walled them off. But they're here a bit early, so that's fine. Alright, wall them off, wall them off, wall them off. That's like, okay, fine, and then you cancel it instantly. Good headshot, there you go, good ult. Alright, now get out, right click him. That's good.
Duplicating Ash.
There you go, the game's over. How do I back up? Can I back up any command? Well, that's it. For the most part, pretty good. I would simply say just with your cries, don't do them too early. You have help of doing it. Second, stop trying to fight the Winston, especially with left click. Try and right click it instead. And also, don't, specifically if you're trying to flank, make sure it's either not during the fight or when you're winning the fight. Not when like the team fight is literally beginning underway and you got like a really long flank for no reason. Other than that, pretty good. Also take the high grounds. There's a lot to say, it's just I don't mind too much. It was actually pretty decent, it was pretty good. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. You did pretty well. Did you win it for your team in that game? Being honest, don't think so. Your ults weren't crazy or anything, but they were pretty okay. They're pretty good. Actually, not okay. They're pretty good. But yeah, pretty okay, pretty good. Good all around. It's not much for me to say other than take high grounds. Stop trying to fight the tanks by yourself. Try and be a bit more aware of who's alive on your team so you don't take fights quite badly. Like the second point of their attack was so miserable for you guys because you took that terrible pathing at the very beginning when they capped, so you died, and then by the time you came back you cried before walling, so then you died instantly and your teammates died because they had a lot of space. Because you know what they did? They went on the bridge. They went on the high ground. So make sure they do that. But yeah, pretty good.